It's time to get your medical questions answered. Dr. Zorba Paster taking your calls at 270-9933. Hi, Zorba.
Hi, good to be here.
So we're talking about marital bliss today.
Marital bliss, so there have been lots of research studies over the years talking about marriage and social relationships, and in terms of a reduction in dementia, reduction in heart disease, and reduction in stroke. And the latest information that has recently been published in the British Medical Journal once again reinforces that social relationships make a difference. And marriage is really a proxy for good social relationships. And it really shows there's a marriage effect. Now, the marriage effect is not just the nag effect. Honey, you got to go see a doctor. Come on, we'll do it. But it really is the fact that if you are with somebody else who you love and you enjoy their company, you'll often be much more likely to actually take your advice and do something. And more importantly, as you're talking to people that you really like, you end up developing new neurons in your body. And those neurons in the body produces better brain, and it's better than a crossword puzzle when it comes to something like dementia. So the bottom line is, one day post Father's Day, stay married and make it good, or stay with a relationship and make it good. That's what it shows.
But not all marriages do end well, and there's a lot of pressure that causes divorce.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, and these were looking at people who had long-term relationships. The other issue, obviously, is if the marriage doesn't work or the relationship doesn't work, quitting that relationship is very important. So they really looked at relationships with people that had relationships that were no long-term. But that's exactly it. No, it's not that you should stay married to somebody you don't want to stay married to. It's that developing those social relationships will make a difference. Now, an interesting side note had to do with hearing. They discovered in a study very recently that if you're hard of hearing and you don't have a hearing aid, you're more likely to develop dementia. And that study was very interesting because it looked at social relationships. And social relationships and speech go hand in hand. If you can't hear somebody and you can't talk to them, you don't develop those neurons. And that also affects dementia. So talking to the person that you like and being with them can make a difference.
All right, let's go to Claire in Lake Mills. She has a question about this. Zorba? Or Claire, go ahead.
Hi, Doc. Hi, Dr. Zorba. Could you tell me, how do you heal a broken heart when there's been infidelity?
Well, this is where, first of all, having somebody that you can talk to, a physician that you may be able to talk to, a minister, a priest, a rabbi, somebody who you know, a wise person who you may know, that's the first place to get advice. The second thing to do in situations like that is to look towards cognitive behavioral therapy or marriage counseling that may help you. And finally, often in the short term, antidepressants can just help you sort things out. They don't actually sort things out, but they give you that space to be able to actually be able to heal and move on with your life. Anyone I know of in my practice who has gotten divorced has always said divorce is hell, and that's because that's exactly what it is. But having that resiliency means having that strong, those people to be able to talk to who may be able to give you some good, strong advice.
For every door that closes,
good question,
another one opens. All right, yesterday in the paper, your column was about ticks and how bad they are this year.
Yes. Yes, the ticks are bad. Well, there are a couple of things that are interesting with ticks. First of all, permethrin, which you can spray on your clothing. You can buy clothing with permethrin, or you can spray it on your clothing. It's better than DEET. It works really well. The ticks, when they land on it, look like they're drunk, and they actually sort of fall off and they don't bite you. But the other thing to know is a tick has to be on you for more than one 24-hour period to actually be able to put actually give you Lyme disease. Now, if you have a tick on you and it's more than 24 hours, 200 milligrams of doxycycline, that is 2 100-milligram tablets, can often get rid of that Lyme bug that may be smoldering in your body. So I tell anybody who's in the garden all the time, going in the woods, have some doxycycline on hand from your doctor, and if the tick has been on for more than 24 hours, take those pills. But getting the right clothing can make a big difference to keeping out Lyme disease.
All right, yeah, they're pretty bad this season. Unfortunately, we are out of time. We had a couple of calls on hold, but we'll get to those next time. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks for calling, everybody. Thanks, Zorba. Good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Good to see you.